Hey everyone, welcome back to episode number 23 of the rebuilding series on MLB 18 The Show. Today we will be continuing the rebuilding series on the San Diego Padres. Um, Obviously looking at their statistics again, they're first in speed and 10th in defense, which is basically not bad for a team who's not been doing well lately. Um, but other than that, I mean, there's a lot of pitching needs work, power needs work, contact needs work, so a lot of the batting and pitching needs work. But fielding, defense, and speed is not bad on this team. But we're going to go ahead and try and jump in. Manual, I believe, is everything. We will start... I don't think it really matters, to be honest. We'll start in a regular season. We're going to go ahead and look at the roster. I'll address what we need to probably trade for. I'm going to start off by probably saying... starting pitching, we're going to work on heavily. Maybe trade away some of the prospects, figure out what we need to do there. If there's any big contracts that I'm not liking or anything like that, unless I find a deal, I probably won't get rid of Eric Hosmer. But we'll go ahead and look, might keep him for a season and get rid of him at the end, depending on how he performs this season. If he doesn't perform like he should for, obviously the money he's being paid, which is around $10 million a year and increasing. So I'm gonna go ahead, start working, get some pieces put together. When I'm done, I'll pretty much go over the highlights of what we traded for, who we got, new roster going into season 1, and we'll go from there. We're back after all the trades have been made. The new lineup is looking like this. A lot of the people we acquired were Hernandez, Simmons, Mancini, Bellinger, Moore, Pham, Santana, Villanueva still here, and Alfaro. On the bench, new ones are Machado, Goodrum, and we're giving some of our guys down low a better chance to come up and play off the bench. And the starting rotation will look like this: Sean Manaea, Trevor Bauer, Miles Michaelis. I'm not even going to give it a chance. Wing Yang Chin, and Joey Lucchesi. And in the bullpen, Daniel Norris, Liam Hendrick, Calvin Herrera, Matt Bowman, Jose Alvarado, Cody Allen, Carl Edwards Jr., and Brad Hand. Pretty much all new faces here except for like a couple, one or two, basically. Yeah, I mean, really, we're ready to rock and roll. So we're gonna go ahead, start simulating. Hopefully, yeah, it'll figure itself out. We'll get ourselves underway here at the beginning of the season. Hopefully, lead to a good start to the season 1 of the 3 seasons here of the rebuild with the San Diego Padres. We're starting off at 23-13, not bad at all. Pitching seems to be doing fairly decent. Just need to keep pitching good. Now speaking of the San Diego Padres, and obviously in real life, if you haven't noticed, since last year, Will Myers has been going down in overall rating. Last time I remember, he was playing first base, and then during the year where the San Diego Padres hosted the All-Star game, and then somehow he got switched to the outfield. I'm not understanding how or why that had happened. I don't recall, unless I'm wrong. He may have just been playing right field all along. I just remember him being a first baseman at some point in time. But it's very interesting to see like a small guy like him playing first base. Obviously, I figure that's why they move him to the outfield, because of his size and his ability. But he's definitely getting up there in age, so it surprised me. I wondered how. I thought he was a much younger guy, but he's starting to get on pace for his best times in his career, setting his new records and stuff. But we're gonna go ahead and get through the draft. I'm gonna go ahead and start drafting. When I'm done, I will show you obviously who we drafted, the results, potential, our new players that'll be here next year. So I'll see you guys then. Back at the beginning of the next following season, no changes to the roster. I did try to actually, yes, there is one change to the roster, and Ronald Guzman, who is changing spots with Justin Bohr. We did pick up a bench piece in Carlos Gonzalez, Wilmer Dilfo, and I believe I'm just letting this guy, yeah. Wow, he had a fairly good season last year too. Pitching stuff. excuse me, is roughly the same. Drew Pomeranz is the only guy we added. And then we put Chen in the bullpen with Norris as well, so that bullpen is pretty much set. And then we added Sean Doolittle in the free agency market. He was the only person that we were able to pick up because I guess no one wanted to sign with us. I don't know what's going on. I kept offering every day for Machado, Bryce Harper, those guys, just because we needed a third baseman and be helpful. But they didn't want to accept it, which cost us pretty much our chance to have a guy who's hitting 30 bombs a year from third base or even the DH spot. So I guess it's really no big deal, but in the end, I was not necessarily the most happy that that's what happened. They keep putting him out? Or is he on the DL again? He is not. He is on the Major League roster. Huh. Weird when you let the computer basically do whatever it wants. I'm going to have to switch it, so manual. And Joey Lucchesi is going to be back in the lineup, obviously. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Drew Pomeranz, first start, 6 innings. 1-0 with 1.35 ERA. Not bad. So, let's go ahead and get the season underway. Hopefully, we're able to start winning fairly early in the season, as it looks like San Diego picked up one of our players. Not sure who he was. As long as it doesn't affect us too much, I'm not worried. Tommy Pham looked like he was injured early in the season as well. Obviously, that's kind of part of the MLB game, is having one of your players injured. You can't always just have an all-star infield and outfield with everybody who's fairly decent around. You got to have your backup so well, being able to play, and I think that's a big help why we do so well in the simulation mode as well. We are going to be the 20-something pick. I would say, I was going to say 21st or 22nd. I'm going to go ahead and pick our player, and then when I am done, I will show you the results. We're back after the draft. Our first player was a very, very good pick. 86 potential, 68 overall already. He is 21 though. Very good contact, somewhat decent power, good fielder. Second pick as well was very good. Can't wait to see that. Sucks that we won't be developing him all in time. But it seems like all of our 80s so far were pretty high overalls, except for Richard Koo with a 52. I will still take him though, no worries. Who was the 70 overall? Yeah, this guy was expected to have a lot of power, in which he does have fairly good power for a 60 overall. But I mean, he's still a good backup at the end of the day. So continue simulating. Back again, we are roughly bouncing around 500 between the wins and losses this month. Looks like we might turn it around for a over 500 month in June, as we are 13 games over 500 as we go on a good little win streak at the end of the month. Rocky's interested in giving us a deal. No, we're good. Team's fairly good. We don't want to make any changes to this roster whatsoever. Build that chemistry up. Keep them going. Try and pull away for their first division title in a while. Injuries seem to be hurting us somewhat this season, which is not something you want to see, but as long as we're able to pull through and have our backups do their job, nothing more you can ask for, as we are about 20 games over 500, which we are. Drew Pomeranz having a great season as well. Very, very good to see. If you guys are wondering, this simulation mode is on experience and pretty much the hardest mode of the game, just so that there is no mistakes, no changes, no unfair rules being played here, by making it so that I can win a World Series easier. And I do like to show you guys the simulation of the season so that you kind of know I am not just simulating continuously until I get the best record that I could possibly get. I want it to be a live simulation so that you can believe that I am not cheating my way through it or doing anything I shouldn't be doing to make us any better than we need to be. As we do somewhat better in our last season, we do win our first division at 94 and 68. very good to see. Let's go ahead and look at what our season stats were, as Cesar Hernandez seems to be fairly good this season. Maybe an all-star, who knows. Yeah, he did have some of his best stats he's had in a while. Simmons, fairly decent season, about average for what he does. Trey Mancini, absolutely a monster, as he should be taking MVP in both seasons here, as he racked up over 80 home runs and around 200 something RBIs. I'd say 217 maybe. Don't ask me, not really doing the math right now. Cody Bellinger, a little bit better season. His average does need to go up somewhat, but still fairly well. Domingo Santana, very, very good season. Again, 306 with 33 bombs, 93 RBIs. Ronald Guzman had a rough season to start off with. That's okay. I guess you kind of understand. I mean, as long as our team's bad and the way they should, we should not have any problems. Wow. Third baseman went off this season as our backup here. Trying to figure out why. How? That's crazy. So I think I am going to put in this guy for Ronald Guzman, just because I believe that he is much better this season for the playoff situation. Let's go ahead and see our catcher stats, as he doesn't do as well as we'd like to hope. A fairly good season still, so very good to see from the man. And the pitching staff, we have a 14.7 for Sean Manaea, 2.76 ERA, which is actually a little bit lower than last season, so very good to see. Trevor Bauer, 14.10, 4.27 ERA. Okay, weird. Kendrew, I guess it looks like Miles had a rough season, surprisingly, as a complete turnaround from last year. But we will put in Chen above him, as well as Drew Pomeranz. Kind of working on a low roster there to try and make us work out here. Bullpen, Matt Bolbin being the closer this year, 44 saves in his first year as the closer. Brad Hand dropping down a little bit, very, very high ERA, which probably explains why he had such a rough season. So, who was that? Carl Edwards Jr. had a very, very good season with a record. Not bad whatsoever. I'd like to see what the deal is, why he's still okay. That's understandable, I guess you can say. Okay, so I guess you can't add him. For the second year in a row, our prospect cannot be added up. I guess that's whatever. At the end of the day, we'll be taking on Chicago Cubs. That's going to be a very interesting series. I would like to drop Trevor Bauer down because I don't know what's up with him, but he seems to have a very hard time pitching in the playoffs. So hopefully we'll wish for the best here. Win our first game. Drew Pomeranz in the second game. We lose that one when we get Kyle Hendricks. Drew Smiley versus Trevor Bauer. Lose that one, a close one. Come on, Miles. Oh my gosh. Again, we get eliminated in the NLDS in year 2. I think I might have to make some trades for a better starting, we want to call them starting pitchers. So I'm going to go ahead and do whatever I can to basically booster this starting rotation up a little bit, because obviously, I mean, even with our record, we still can't get it done. See who wins the World Series if they show us. What do they say? I guess it won't show me. Okay, well, whoever won, good for them, obviously. I'm going to go ahead and get through the off season. When I'm done, obviously, you'll see the changes. We'll go through everything, and hopefully we'll clutch this third season out. Back at the beginning of season 3. Really, I don't think I've made much changes. Sorry. Except for the starting rotation like I promised, which was Carlos Carrasco, Aaron Nola, Lance McCullers, and Familia, Ramos. I believe that was it, though. So just basically some pieces to help get that bullpen started. Kind of make sure that they're, ready to go. They can perform. Have one of the best bullpens out there, which I would assume we're at least, if not top 3, easily. So basically, I'll rely on this starting rotation to do their job. Start off season very good. which seems that they're having a rough time doing for some reason. Great. But we'll try and have a much better attitude going into the second month, as injuries seem to be coming left and right from every single level of the Padres organization. As Tommy Pham is injured there, I noticed. As we are back over 500, under 500 again. Can't seem to make up our mind, it looks like. Hopefully we're able to pull away eventually. If not, I will stop set the All-Star break, do whatever we can to make this team ready to go. I will go ahead, we'll just simulate through the draft actually. I won't even worry about showing you guys what's going on. Bad draft for us, but no reason, unless we're continuing the draft, or the series I should say, not the draft, to really worry about this at this point. We did go with the closers, so that kind of tells me it was a heavy closer related draft, and that's the first time I've seen a reliever with 82 potential, so that's interesting. Okay, let's go get back to simulating. Dixon Machado's injured. Carlos Asuare is no longer injured, and Machado's no longer injured. Fix. The goal was here this season is to have a amazing starting rotation. I guess sometimes simulation doesn't necessarily like you, and this may be just one of those times, but I will obviously go through and see what I can do to make this possible so we can finish the season stronger and make a run. Obviously, as this team, I may have made too many changes to the rotation, causing the problem of, starting to lose too many games with not enough team chemistry, which, you can expect, especially when I made as much trades as I did. So go ahead, simulate through right to the All-Star break as we win 17-7 to go back over 500. Nice. We'll go over to this side. Alright, so looking at the roster, rough season for Aaron Nola, rough season for McCullers, decent season for Lachesi, good season for Manea. As I'm going to go ahead and put him back up to finish that season even stronger. So, surprised what is going on here with this bullpen as well. Wow. Lineup. Who's batting bad? Cody Bellinger, not doing good. Man. Miguel Mateo, who is taking place for obviously someone else. Interesting. I am not sure what happened to this roster, to be honest. DL. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try and make some trades. If not, we may just simulate and call it in, but we'll do our best to make a run. Back after the trades at the All-Star break, and we did pick up some pieces. This was mainly one of our starters that we brought in here to help finish out the year. Hopefully he's able to turn things around, help us out here. Bullpen piece we did pick up in Clay Holmes. Very good long relief pitcher here. 1-0, 3.03 ERA. Familia, bam. Carl Edwards Jr., Derek Law. Don't know why he's here. Not sure, but lineup looking like this. We picked up Miguel Sano, Nomar Mazara, and our catcher is on the DL, and so is our center fielder. So let's go ahead, finish out the season. Come on, guys. Finish strong. I wonder if we're even in a race for this as of now. 7 games. 1.5 out of the wild card. So if we finish strong, we might be able to make the wild card. We do have another month though, so Let's see if I can simulate a couple games, just see if it'll help us. There we go. Good. You guys got this. Pull it through. Stay strong, guys. Come on. There. Good. There we go. Finishing out the year strong. Come on. We're at 80. Not as good as our past seasons, but I think we can do it. There's no way. No way. No way in hell. No way in hell. Wow. So we will make the wild card game as we come back from a spectacular second half. Looking at the rotation, we do finish with our starting pitcher at 9-5, 10.10, 10-10 with a 2.85 ERA. Carlos Carrasco 19-7 with a 2.56. German Marquez 16-9, 3.22. Aaron Nola finishes strong with an 8-10, 3.68. And Joey Lucchesi finishes 12-7 with a 3.9. On the bench, Clay Holmes does his job, as well as Ramos is fairly decent. Edwards fairly decent. Derek Law finishes amazing. Familia great. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys this, and then I will get you guys into the game, see what is happening, as everybody has a fairly good season. Mancini with his third back-to-back season with 40 bombs. Unbelievable. He is on pace to become one of the greatest players in the game, I think. Cody Bellinger as well, great season. Miguel, same. Santana, fairly good. Mazzara, not bad. Mateo, not bad. And Alfaro is back stronger than ever. Fairly good season to everyone out there, so good to come back by them. I will see you guys in the game, and we will simulate that wildcard game. Back at the wildcard game, we'll be taking on the Dodgers. Kent Maeda starting for the Dodgers, as they do have Eric Hosmer, former Padre here for a half season. And this is the starting lineup for today's game, guys. Let's go ahead and skip all and get right into this. Start off first inning, nothing special happens, as Justin Turner for the Dodgers does lead off the inning with a bomb. They're up 3-0, I'm sorry, at the beginning of the second inning, as it looks like a rough go for Marquez to start off in his playoff debut. But he does come back, pitching some solid innings. But in the fifth, will he get out of it? Yes, he will. As we do come back, tie the game 3-3, what we do best, as Marquez does stick out with his best stats of the season, pitching amazing. As we do score, they go ahead run, guys. We are now up 4-3, heading in the bottom of the seventh. Marquez leads out the inning with a strikeout, a pop out, and a strikeout. Great job, as we will go into the eighth. As I am tempted to pull him, I will go ahead and pull Marquez. We will pull in our best guy. Who do we throw in, guys? Who do you think? I say we throw in Derek Law. Derek Law allows a single, fielder's choice, steals, strikeout, and he gets out of the inning, guys. There we go. And to close the game, we will have our famous pitcher, Familia, come in and close the game. Actually, no. Actually, we're going to go with Matt Boldman. Clutch pitcher. Seems to have a problem. I'm tempted to change it, so we will. We'll put in... Actually, got a ton of experience. We'll pull him in. Now pitching for the Padres, come on, guys. Let's go. We closed it out with Jose Familia, as we will win the game. That's what I'm talking about. We will finish and win the wild card game at 92-71, 20 games over 500. We will be taking on the Washington Nationals. Oh my gosh, guys. Steven Strasburg game 1, Scherzer game 2. Corbin in game 3. They have an amazing starting staff, let's just say that. First game we won 10-1. Wow. Lose the second one 2-3. Corbin versus Marquez. We win that one. Aaron Nola versus Gio Gonzalez. Can he pull it off? No. Gonzalez somehow magically pulls it away. We will go ahead and get into this. Actually, no. We'll just simulate it, guys. I like to keep it short and simple, so let's go ahead and do it. Oh, wow. I don't understand how we lost that simple 3 years in a row with the Padres. Thought we had an amazing team set up, guys. I mean, we pitched pretty well, except for Aaron Nola. Just couldn't get it done. Not much we can do. We lose 3-4. That will be the end of the video today. I mean, I'm sorry, guys, couldn't get the World Series any closer than the NLDS. Obviously, the Padres have a hard time. I will keep this on file. Obviously, if you guys want me to continue this rebuild here with the Padres in year 4, 5, and 6, if you would like, let me know in the comments. Anything like that. Any ideas you guys got, please let me know. I'll take any advice you guys can give me here. But thanks to everyone today for the stopping by to watch the video, and see you guys later.